Hi guys, how's it going? It's Dragonball AJ here, coming to you with another Dokkan Battle video. So the point of this video is to get something off my chest on the new link scale mode, and it's going to come off as a bit of a rant and a tad controversial, but it is my honest opinion. Before we get into what I really want to say, I do want to stress I do like the new link scale update, and there's plenty of positives for link scales. Like, it gives something for players to do, especially for older players who've been playing since the 1 year anniversary, 2nd year anniversary, and are really high rank and don't really have much to do with the game except from beating the new events. So it gives a lot of things for older players to particularly do, as well as newer players. It makes older units more viable in newer events, which is really great if you're not a person who does a lot of summons to get the newer units, or you're just really unlucky with what you get from your stones. I mean, it's very free to play friendly as well. You don't have to beat a certain event, so you don't have to have the top tier units to actually beat it. It can be just done over time. Like I said, you don't have to do any special events to raise the link levels. You can just play the game, and over time, naturally, you will get up to level 10. Bit of a grind, but you will get there in the end, guys. And it makes challenge events like Legendary Goku event or Infinite Dragon Ball History stages even easier, so that's good for free-to-play units or people that don't have all the top-tier units and can't just breeze through the events. I mean, it's been a bit annoying. Some people have said to me when I've watched a few podcasts here or there, or a few videos from the bigger YouTubers, they say these events are easy to do. The new Majin Buu Infinite Dragon Ball History stage it's not the case if you've not got all the best units. I mean, on JP I've died twice because I'm just purely free to play over on the JP side of the game, so it's not always easy if you're free to play and you don't have the best units, or you're just a bit unlucky, you don't put that much stones into the game. So everything I've just said though about link skill levels, that was really good and does add extra depth to the game, but at the end of the day, link levels are just ultimately a really clever way of power scaling the game, and I've had enough of power scaling over the years. Just remember, once upon a time, dealing over 100,000 damage was considered draw dropping. I mean, if you go back to the 1 year anniversary, Strength Vegeta did 100,000 damage, and the whole entire YouTube community and Dokkan community was freaking out about how hard this guy can hit. Now we're having units that hit about 9-10 million. I mean, it's just ridiculous how the game's kind of changed in terms of power scaling over since its 1st year anniversary to its 5th year anniversary, or 5.5 years now if you're playing the JP side of the game. So in my mind, there were just so many other issues that Katsy should have been trying to address before doing another power scaling exercise. For example, let's just talk about the fact we've got all these non-rares, Rs and SR cards that don't really have any purpose in the game apart from being pure Baba food. So, why don't they come up with a system how you can use your non-rare cards, R cards, and SR cards, somehow use them to exchange to help you to get towards SSR units. If you can exchange these guys to get red coins or something to that extent, or some sort of mode where you put a team of SR units together and you could, exchange it and you get an SSR in return or something like that, just to give them a little bit more purpose than just Baba food. Because even people who've been playing a long time, Baba food, you've probably got millions of points and you don't really need to exchange units again. You could also think they also do improving the friend system, so you can actually find friend leaders as some of the less popular teams to run. I mean, it really frustrated me. Even the other day, I couldn't find a friend leader for hours for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to run on the Vegeta Super Battle Road in JP. And I was like, how can I not find him? He is a top tier unit loads of people would have summoned for, but no one's using him now anymore as a leader. So it's just really frustrating. And then you can also think about adding a genuine co-op mode to the gameplay system, like raids, rather than explosive chain battle, which personally I know a lot of people do like it, but I'm not a big fan of it because I just think it's just a complicated co-op version of a punch and bag machine event at its core that gives rewards. So for me, it's just not that fun. You go and do it once or twice and that's it, get your rank position and get some chest orbs, and that's absolutely fine for your equipment. But I don't like that mode, so I think they do need to add some sort of genuine co-op gameplay mode instead, and that would be more important to me than doing link levels. I mean, you could also do another thing that's really, really important for me. If I look at my box at the minute, I've got lots of dupes of Dokkan Fest units, and I don't want to Baba these because I spent a lot of time and effort in terms of stones to try and actually get these units, and there's no point. That it means more to me to have them in my box waiting there for a better purpose rather than exchanging them as Baba food, because I don't need Baba points. That's just a waste of time. So they really need to come up with a system to try and exchange these old dupes. Now, I've sort of suggested in the past, some of my older videos, you could have done it by changing, you know, your old Dokkan Festa universe for red coins, and then you could, you know, get red coins faster to get some of the units you still need and not manage to get it. They also need to do a serious revamp of the quest mode, or add at least new stages to the quest mode as well. Give players new things to actually do, or brand new modes. I mean, one of the best things that they ever did was back at the 2nd year anniversary, they introduced Virtual Battlefield, and they really did try. I mean, I know version 1.0, it only came out in JP and people didn't like it, but I liked the idea that they were willing to, you know, change up the formula a little bit, give you something new to do completely. They need to go back to doing things like that. And then people will say, well, chain battles, you know, something kind of new, but again, it's not going to be around permanently. I think they need to come up with new permanent ways to play this game. So all these things I've just said in my mind were just much bigger issues for Katsi to be dealing with, rather than just doing link level skills. I mean, like I said already, I do appreciate that link levels have added extra depth and extra time for things for you to do to get up the units up to level 10. I mean, I'll probably be grinding those things for like years, to be honest, to get all my units up to level 10, or at least the key ones I do use. But once you've got your level, I still have another problem with this as well, that your units become so much more stronger, and you now don't even have to actually think about strategy in the game. It's something, if you go back to the old days of Dokkan, you really did have to like think about strategy. You had to think about like what units you would take into an event to beat a stage. You really have to really think, I need to take these particular units to actually beat the stage, not just because I'm trying to do it just to try and get some, you know, rewards or missions. And you can't just take like a team like the Kamehameha team and just blitz past every single event. I mean, and also when you were playing the game, the orders the units attacked meant something. So you'd have to put them in certain slots. You'd have to put like a unit with a great defense in a particular slot, because not all the units had great defense. You'd think about saying, oh, I'll use this unit because he can seal super attacks, so he has to attack first in the rotation. Then you had to really think about the order your units attacked, or the order of your rotation as well, and how that fits into the orb placements. You had to, you know, really think exactly what you were doing, which orbs you picked in the first slot, because you need to set up your orbs for the second and the third slot, because you didn't have units that are going to have like basically plus 12 key to begin with in some cases. I mean, we will get to the point where you can get probably 24, you know, key with your LR without actually having to really hit any orbs. I mean, that's how ridiculous this will probably eventually lead to, and we'll end up getting a brand new tier of units at some point. But yeah, I mean, I know this has come off with a bit of a rant, but this is just my kind of feelings on this. And I guess what they will do to compensate, you know, these sort of like increased in strength, is we'll probably get a really new difficult version of Super Battle Road, or another new event. And if it's a new Super Battle Road, it'll probably be called, you know, something like from the Street Lighter 4, we go from Extreme Super Battle Road to being called Hyper Extreme Super Battle Road, and it just goes bananas as that, and eventually we'll get like Super Hyper Extreme Mega Super Battle Road stages. But after a while, that's going to get stale, and it's already getting a little bit stale as well now. So I don't know, maybe I'm just falling in love with Dokkan a little bit as well here, just getting a little bit more repetitive. But I don't know, these things that I just kind of mentioned above were just, in my opinion, more important to sort of try and sort out. I'm sure there's other aspects of the game that people really want improved on, and I just think they're much more important than introducing link skills. Like I said, link skills are going to give players loads of things to do, but it's just one of those things that, in my mind, was just way more important things. Anyway, I'm sorry for the rant, guys, but you know, I just really need to get that off my chest, and I hope everyone is actually enjoying leveling up the link skills and hoping they're getting to level 10 without too much of a grind. And I've been trying myself. If you've just been looking at the video in the background, that's me trying, and there's been a few fights where I had to get no link level raises. So anyway, that's all I had to say in that. I'm kind of glad I got that off my chest. So thanks for watching the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.